I'm Amy Cherry. This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota, here to wow ya. Dozens packed Fellowship Hall at First United Methodist Church in support of a cold weather shelter that's been shut down by the City of Bunnell's Zoning Commission. Sarah Eulis is on the board of directors for the Sheltering Tree.
It was a tremendous show of support for what we're trying to do, and what the City of Bunnell is trying to get us to stop doing. We used to provide a cold weather shelter, for the only one in Flagler County, for people who needed a warm place to stay overnight when the temperature goes below 40. We were open only 19 times last year, but it was a vital service.
Eulis says they've written to the governor's office, U.S. Senator Marco Rubio's office, and the Department of Justice to rally support for their mission.
Get the word out that we're not a liability in Bunnell, we're an asset to the whole county, in fact to the state. And we've gotten so much press coverage on this. I think that the eyes of Florida are certainly on Bunnell, and I hope that Bunnell does the right thing and reverses their decision to take away our zoning.
The next step includes a formal appeal to the Bunnell City Commission. Eulis had one message for them.
The sheltering tree is a necessity in this community, and that it's not contributing to homeless issues. It is solving. We are part of the solution.
This portion of Flagler's Morning News brought to you by the Daytona Beach International Airport, Sunwing Airlines nonstop to Toronto, and now nonstop service to New York City via American Airlines.
Flagler County Sheriff's deputies avoided a suicide by cop situation Monday. John Arking reports.
Deputies responded to a call just after 10:30 Monday night for a domestic disturbance at a residence on Beth Lane in Palm Coast. Once on scene, they discovered 36-year-old Melanie Botts had threatened her boyfriend with a 12-inch kitchen knife while his 11-year-old son was present. The boyfriend told deputies Botts was no longer at the residence, and he did not know if she still had the knife. They quickly located her in the backyard, holding the knife up to her neck, where she began an intense exchange with deputies, screaming profanities and demanding they shoot her, encouraging the canine to bite her and refusing to drop the knife. Sheriff Rick Staley.
Our deputies tried to negotiate with her to calm her down, and when that failed, they used non-lethal force, a taser, to apprehend her and subdue her to get her the help that she needs. She was also charged with numerous criminal offenses and booked into the Sheriff Perry Hall inmate detention facility. This is not her first time being arrested by Flagler deputies. This is a continuing domestic situation at this residence.
Botts is being held without bond. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm John Arking.
A domestic violence suspect is back behind bars for the third time in 1 week. Roy Carlisi is accused of tampering with his GPS monitoring device, violating the conditions of his pre-trial release. Carlisi was first arrested on June 9th on charges of battery domestic violence after deputies say he abused his wife and knocked out 2 of her teeth. Following his arrest, he was required to stay 500 feet away from the victim's residence. But just 2 hours after his first release from jail, deputies say he went right back to the victim's home. He was thrown back in jail and released 9 days later. Just hours after that release, deputies say he used extreme force to break his tracker. He was then again taken to jail. This time, he'll stay there until trial.
Palm Coast Connect was the first of its kind in the state of Florida.
Palm Coast City Manager Matt Morton said we're first in a lot of things.
We're the first in the state of Florida to use Salesforce to drive this 311 system. We've had some great partnerships along the way, and it's just been an outstanding experience.
Morton said Palm Coast Connect is up and running, and you can see it online now.
You can. Please go to palmcoastconnect.com. So we got our launch, and now we're beginning a marketing and awareness campaign.
Morton said that means he and others on his team are speaking to community groups, teaching them about the website. He said that anybody who needs help with the site just needs to contact the city. Morton said that everybody needs to sign up at palmcoastconnect.com.
Palm Coast Connect is transforming the way you have access.
You can hear the full interview on the Free for All Friday podcast on the Flagler Radio app. Download the Flagler Radio app today. Tomorrow, more on the city's innovation officer. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Deb Albertson.
Flagler County's commission chair is taking on an additional role. Rich Petchke has the details.
Donald O'Brien was elected to the board of directors of the Florida Association of Counties during its recent annual conference held in Orlando. O'Brien says this isn't the first time he served on the board.
I have served in the past as an at-large board member, which I would have been appointed by the president. But this time around, I was elected by the other commissioners from Flagler County and Volusia County as well, because there's different districts that represent counties on the board, and so I was elected from our district.
O'Brien will be on the Finance and Audit Committee, along with the Finance, Taxation, and Administration Policy Committee. His term is for 2 years. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Rich Petchke.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Amy Cherry.